Pastor, we want to say thank you for this opportunity. God bless you, sir. God bless you, ma. Yeah. We'll be having a talk show this morning. You know, this week, last week, okay, we are in a new week now. So last week we've been talking about gratitude. You know, Pastor has talked so much about how good it is to thank God. But now this morning, you know, we want to talk about the dangers of ingratitude. When you are not grateful, what are the dangers you face? The pastor said, think. I'm not quoting you directly, but I'm saying it the way I understand. You know, when you think well, you'd know that you're supposed to be grateful. You know that you're even standing alone. It's something to be grateful about. Now, together with NKT and James, we'll be talking about the dangers of ingratitude. Now, praise God. When we say you're not grateful, ingratitude, they had fruits, God told them, don't eat out of this tree, just this particular tree. Now we've heard that, okay, these persons they did not, they disobeyed God by eating out of the tree that God said they should not eat. But let us think back. What could have caused them to eat out of that tree? Like forsaking the tree that God said they should eat from and eating from other trees. You know, I think it is because they are not grateful. You know, they had the tree of life that could give them life, and God said these other trees, if you eat of these trees, you would die. And they still went out of God's will for them by taking from other trees. You know, if they had been contented and grateful for what they had, they wouldn't have gone to eat from other trees. So together this morning we'll be talking about the dangers when you go out of God's will for your life. So you're not grateful for it, and you want more. What are the dangers you would face? Okay, before I hand over to them to take over, let's just open to the book of Romans. You know, we are doing it together this morning. I will be talking about the dangers. I would just name one and they would continue. So let's, Romans 1, I'll start from verse 21. You know, I'm reading from the Message. People knew God perfectly well, but when they didn't treat him like God, refusing to worship him, you just become silly. You know, you get to know it all, but we are illiterate regarding life. So that is just one danger. When you feel you're not supposed to be grateful. Well, it is my right to be alive today. It is my right. I bought the clothes I wore today, so why should I be grateful for it? Then that is just one danger. Nkechi.
Praise God. Praise God. Okay, in my little humble opinion, to me, ingratitude is equivalent to pride. As far as I'm concerned, ingratitude is equivalent to pride. And we all know the popular saying, pride goes before a what? Okay. You imagine God has kept you alive, has given you the air you breathe. Pastor was telling us some Sundays ago that if you think air is cheap, go to the hospital. One tank of oxygen is about 20,000 a day. So you can imagine you breathing God knows how many liters a day, and God is still keeping you and you are not grateful. It's equivalent to pride. So everything set in front of you on the platter of gold that you don't deserve, and you are still expressing ingratitude to God. The dangers are simple. You may not see them anymore. You may just not see them anymore. And it's nobody's fault. It's not God's fault. It's not the economy's fault. It's yours. The things you are seeing, or the things that are near to you. What of the things you have not seen? If you give thanks in advance, like Maggio says that thanksgiving is an expression of faith. The things you have not seen. So imagine you are grumbling now, and you are hoping at the back of your mind for some things in the future. How logical is it for you to get those things? Think about it. You're a mother, you're a child, you're a mother, father, or just an ordinary person. And I come to you today, please, I need 100 naira. I go. I need 200, you give me. I go. 300, I go. Not saying thank you. For a while, you're like, what's the motivation for me to do more? So you are not, how do I put it? You are not motivating God to bless you more. You are just prideful, sitting down, enjoying the blessings. They are coming, they are coming. No thank you back to him. And he doesn't need the thanks for his sake, he needs it for your sake. So, yeah, I think those are one of the dangers. You are not motivating God to do more. And if God removes his hand from your case,
Praise God. That's actually a good one, you know. When you feel, well, God is just being God, and you're not grateful for that. You know, you're just telling him indirectly that I don't need you to be God in my life. I can do it on my own. You know, that was a powerful one. Thank you, Nkechi. And now, James, you know, we've spoken so much about gratitude. James will tell us one of the dangers of ingratitude too.
Thank you very much. As an expression of gratitude, I want to thank you, sir, for having us. I'm really very grateful. And I saw something in the scriptures. That's why I carried my Bible. That's in 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful. So we are in a generation that seems not to be thankful. So ingratitude is when you don't express. If you say gratitude is expression of thanksgiving, expression of appreciation, expression of love for what someone has done for you, ingratitude is the reverse. So when you are not expressing thanksgiving to God, you are ungrateful. And the major, basically to me, danger is that you operate under a closed heaven, because you will limit your life and destiny when you don't appreciate God. One thing God can never give himself is God cannot thank him. And when he's expecting you to begin to appreciate him for what he has done for you and you don't do it, automatically you have limited yourself. You have limited what flows out from God to you. You are out of favor. The favor, you might be praying every day, and God will say, the little one I've done for you, just like Daddy said, the little one I've done for you, you didn't appreciate it and you want me to do more. Just like in my place, they always say that when you thank a man for doing one thing, he will do more for you. It is the same in the spirit realm. When you don't appreciate God for one that he has done for you, automatically you are limiting your life and destiny. You might be hoping big. When will I get to this point? When will I expand my life and destiny? When will God take to me the but the little thing that you need to do to open up that door, you have not done it. So you operate under a closed heaven. Say, enter into his gates with thanksgiving. In other words, for you to access the throne of God, you must appreciate him. Just like you can have value for what someone has done for you, you can equally add value to what God has also done for you. So it is the expression of that thankfulness. So whenever, just one word, we tend not to appreciate God for what he has done for us, we have closed our heavens. And when our heaven is closed, nothing can come to us, even the favor from man. Thank you very much.
Praise God. Praise God. So that's just it. Thank you, James, for that. That was powerful. That was powerful. Praise God. So, and if you're operating under a closed heaven, then you're not living. Praise God. So that is what. Let's continue from that Romans 1. Let's move to verse 24. You know what I've done already. You think, okay, I can do it on my own. You don't just want to be grateful. If that's what you want, that's what you get. Now, it wasn't long before they were living in a pig pen, smeared with filth, filthy inside and out. So that is another danger of not thanking God. If you feel, well, I don't need to be grateful, God will just leave you to your reprobate mind. If you feel, I can do it on my own, God will just leave you. You just be like, you're living, but really you're dead. So it said, and all this because they traded the true God for a fake God and worshipped the God they made instead of God who made them, that the God will bless. and the God who blesses us. So that's just it. When you feel you shouldn't be grateful, when you feel you are too big to be thankful, and come to think of it, if we really feel, well, I don't need to be thankful, God has not done so much for me. When, like Pastor was saying yesterday, like there was a man that was saying, that was grumbling, always grumbling. When his pastor told him, right, just give me the list of what God has not done for you. He was saying, the list won't be enough, give me more, I want more. Let me tell you what God has not done for me. He started writing. He couldn't finish a page. But when the pastor said, okay, let me pray for you to receive insight, so that God will remind you of all the things he has not done, he couldn't write more. But when he gave him a list to write what God has done for him, he began writing, and he couldn't tell it all. You know, when we think of it, that what has God done for me, when we really think of it truthfully, you know, God has done so much for us, more than what he has not done. And what he has not done is because we've not thanked him for what he has done already. Because if we really thank him for what he has done, it's just like something is there already. It's just for you to open it up and discover it. And that is gratitude. When you're grateful, you just open it up, and that's just it. Praise God. And we are just grateful to God, are we not? We are so grateful to God this morning. We are so grateful to God that, you know, so many people are still waiting for service here. They are still waiting for Senate lists to come out, for their name to come, and for them to come and serve. And here we are. We're just grateful that, God, we are thankful that we are serving, and we'll soon be rounding up. As young as I am, as little as I'm looking, who would believe that I'm a core member? You know, God has been so wonderful. We can't just thank him enough. So with this, I hope we've been able to convince you that you cannot but thank God. Praise God. Thank God for TRH. Thank God for Pastor. You know, he has taught us so much about gratitude. We cannot just thank God. Now, we've so much talked about the dangers. How do you overcome ingratitude? James here has something to tell us about how to overcome.
All right. Now, it's a malady, it's a problem on its own. How can I overcome this challenge? What will I do to come out of ingratitude? Since it grants me open heaven, it brings favor to me. How? One thing is value for that thing which God has done. If you can place value on this shoe I'm wearing, I will treat it with respect. When you value, even if it's, you know, just like when I was looking for admission, but when I entered, it was as if it's nothing. So if I can value that admission that God gave to me, just like some coppers, I went with a friend to a church. That's the day I began to value that I'm a copper. I say, if you want a relative of yours, if you want someone from your family to be a copper, come out here. The whole congregation came out. I carried my hand on my head. Say, what is happening here? But this is something I never gave much value to. From that day, I began to value what God has done for me. Respect for people. When you respect someone, you value that person, and when you value that person, you begin to appreciate it, appreciate the person for what the person has done for you. Just like someone who is always appreciating people tend to come around him. And the same way it is when you value God, when you are grateful to God, God's presence will be always around you. He will open up to you and grant you whatever that is your heart desire. Then cultivate the attitude. It's an attitude. There are some persons, they can't just but appreciate you, even if you are doing the wrong thing. So I call it a spirit, cultivating the spirit, that is harnessing the spirit of gratefulness and gratitude to God. It opens up the way. And finally, you can say, develop deep love for God and deep love for people. When you have that love, I bet you must always open this heaven of gratitude, thankfulness to God. I believe that will grant us access to appreciating God more. Thank you very much.
The only thing I have to add to what he said is, how exactly do we be grateful to God? What is our method of gratitude? We have a sea of opportunities in which to express our gratefulness to God. In prayer, can you go a whole day without asking God for anything? In your prayer time, if your prayer is 1 hour, Father, I thank you for the air I breathe, for taking me out and bringing me. Don't ask for a single thing. Just thank him. Just be grateful. Apart from prayer, you also have You can thank him in music and in song. You just worship him. Oh, God loves worship. Just express your gratefulness to him in worship. And there's one other thing I found this morning that shocked me. You can be grateful to God in your generosity by giving to others. There's a Bible passage, 2 Corinthians 9:11. I don't know if anybody can quickly read it. 2 Corinthians 9:11.
Thanksgiving to God.
To 12, please.
For the administration of this service not only supplied the wants of the saints, but is abundant also by many thanksgivings unto God.
All right. In your generosity, you cause other people to give thanks to God on your behalf. So apart from your own personal thanksgiving, somebody else has added to your own thanksgiving. You can imagine. So, thank you.
Praise God. Yeah, I want to appreciate both of them for that. They really spoke something wonderful, you know. When you feel, okay, I'm already ungrateful, what can I do to be grateful? Just cultivate that spirit of being grateful. You know, the first Sunday I came to church, Pastor talked about it was a Thanksgiving service, and he was saying the little things that even your friends do to you. Your friend has been a wonderful person to you, he's been with you all this while, and you've never even said thank you to that your friend. You know, it starts by that. The people around you, have you learned to say thank you to them before say, okay, let me say thank you to God? You know, God is our Father. You know, have you said thank you to the people around? Have you cultivated that spirit of saying thank you to others before going to God? Praise God. So when you have that spirit of gratitude, I'm sure God will really appreciate it. And you know, like she said, by giving, people have been a blessing to you. You know, so you've never sent 100 naira a time to your friend. You know, some people have, you know, whenever you are down, you just call that friend up that something is really happening, I don't understand. Have you ever appreciated that friend? You know, so we should just learn to be grateful. And in that manner, we're also grateful, you know. All these things we are saying, it's by the Spirit of God, but there's been somebody that has been giving us that fire, you know, and we've not celebrated him this morning. Please celebrate my dad in the house. He's my daddy. I'm Lasby, and he's my daddy, and that's my uncle. Please celebrate them in the house this morning. We are grateful for all your teachings. You know, they've been wonderful. They've been teaching us well. They've been impacting us with fire, and we cannot just but be grateful this morning. So I want to say thank you for this great opportunity, Pastor, and we thank you for all the teachings you've been giving us. We are grateful this morning. Thank you very much.